Good evening to you all, Your Eminence, Excellencies, our regional superior, all invited guests, all protocol observed. I will be brief. There is a theory called KISS. Keep it simple and short. So, and if you want to read my summary of the book, my take on the book, we have a KIMA review. It's a peer-reviewed journal of our university college. You can read what I take from the book, appreciating very much. Here, I have two words. I let go of my own relationship as Burkinabe with the Rwandan genocide. It's a long story. I will not tell you, but you can see me in the corridors afterwards. The second thing, I wrote my own doctoral dissertation in systematic theology on the same topic of reconciliation as a doctrine. Now looking at the background of this genocide to see the complexity of the issue. So it's also available, you can read. Here, I have two things I said. The first word is to congratulate the writers, editors, contributors of this book. They did a great job. And from the academic perspective, we look at method, we look at the depth of research, we look at the content, the bibliographies, the citations, all is in here. Some articles are shorter than others. Still, it doesn't make them lesser. But the density of the book is really commendable. Therefore, I stand here as a witness representing those who have read the book and can say you will gain much, as others have said, in reading parts of the whole book. I read the whole book and it was a delight and it was inspiring. Therefore, I recommend it for you to read. Second thing that I want to say, the content that I'm not summarizing again is good in the fact that when there is a conflict, the better approach is to take your own part away from the conflict. If it remains with the part of the adversary, then maybe the conflict is over. And that is the courage of those who have written this book, looking at the church and questioning the church. Let us take our responsibility. From the history, the pastoral approach, myself as a geographer before I became a theologian, I'm interested in history and I went through ancient history, very way ancient. Colonial history, pre-colonial history of Rwanda, and I was very much interested in those, but no mention of these here. So from that perspective to all these angles of contribution to reinventing. So, taking our responsibility is very good. Of course, had I had ample time to interact with a few, particularly those who are here in the room, I would have taken my friend Elize Rutagambwa, particularly, to ask him who is the church for him in his great article on the ethics of apology. It was a great article. He worked hard on it. But now I would have, well, actually he knows what I told him. I told him privately, would you design this letter of apology on behalf of the Rwandan church, since you are also a leader of the church? So that was a challenge I put to him, and we could have had a conversation further on. But in short, if you want to look at this reinvention, the patterns, there is Sean Copeland and there is Marcel Weneza himself. On page 181 of this book, he states how we can do theology free from being in captivity to a church understanding itself in a triumphalistic way or encapsulated in ancient beliefs that are not life-giving. Bourgeois theology and other expressions that is giving. So it is really like Jesus Christ being able to create life where was death before. And that is the center of our Christian faith, the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Where death or sin ruled before, grace, resurrection rule the more. That is the good news, and I invite you to discover for yourself what is in that book. And on this note, I thank you for listening.
Thank you, Father Foro. Keeping it simple and short,